Hello everybody, this is Astocky and welcome to just something a little bit different. Like I've been saying for the last few videos that I've been making, I'm right into simulators and I think these things are fantastic. So tonight I'm going to show you one that is really good. It's not the latest version of this simulator, there's the 2013 version out, but what that means is right now it's hard to find this game, or at least it's harder than it was, well, it's much harder than it is to find the 2013 version because that's on Steam. But this version, if you've got it on Steam, great. It's no longer available on Steam, but you can still get it, and it's actually a bit of a bargain. And I just love it. I just think these games are awesome, and this game is actually quite a bit more realistic than the 2013 version. They've really simplified the 2013 version, so I think, yeah, let's just, I guess, really show you guys. So basically what you've got is you've got a number of different tutorials that kind of work you through how the game works and how to play it. And then if we go by train, you know, you've got a heap of different steam trains, diesel trains, electric trains. You can go back. How do I go back home? You can go to route, and you've got heaps of different routes and things you can drive. But what I'll do is I'll show you the tutorials. Now, there's a couple of different things you can do. You can drive with simple controls, which I'll show you to start with. You can drive with expert controls, and then you can drive with like hardcore crazy controls. And that there is the tick for hardcore crazy controls. But what I thought I would do is go home, we go tutorials, we'll start with driving with simple controls. Now I might have to pause the video here, I'm not sure how long this is going to take to load. I've had varying experience with it taking somewhere between almost no time at all and absolutely forever. So we'll give this about, there we go. So here, oh, look at this, game paused. Welcome driver, press X to close the pop-ups, whatever. So this is my train. It is some form of diesel electric train by the looks of things. So red lever, throttle, easy. So back is brake, so that's 50% brakes. I've got to get up to the test track platform and stop the whole train within the green area. Easy. So here is your forward and your backward. Here is your, I believe that's fuel. What is that? Come on, fuel. Yep, I've got 1,000 gallons of fuel. We've got wipers. We've got passengers get on and off. We've got a horn. We've got, come on, what does it say? Tell me what you are. I don't know what that is. Sander. Lights. Come on, tell me what this is. I'm pushing it, nothing happens. Over here we've got the views. So we've got head out the left side, driver view, head out the right side. Now all of these, by using the right mouse button, are fully 3D views too. So I can push that button, I can adjust this thingy, I can do that thingy. If you were playing in full driving mode, expert, rather than simple mode, you can actually manipulate the entire train in 3D like this as well. You've got the look out the right. That one there is trackside camera. You've got a helicopter view one, helicopter view backwards. What are you? Passenger camera, so you can sit here and check how good a ride you're getting. Yeah, you got heaps of different options and heaps of different views. I'm going to start from the outside view because it's just easiest. And we want to move, so we'll drag this up. So that's 20% forward thrust. You can see here we're up to almost 1 mile per hour. Now this is simple driving, so basically the further forward you push it, the faster you'll accelerate and the higher top speed you'll get. So I'll just crank it up to 100. We don't want to exceed our 25 mile an hour speed limit. And if we go here, you can see the little needle is rising up. I like driving from the inside view. Inside views are cool. So yeah, speed's rising way up. Now there's also keyboard controls for just about everything, so I'm going to back the throttle off now because I don't want to, oh, too late, I've already exceeded my speed limit. Now here coming up is the train, and you can see down the bottom just here how this all kind of works, but basically I've got to get myself and my carriages to line up. So I'm going to start gradually applying the brakes, minus 15%, and then as we get towards the end of the station I'll start braking a bit harder. I mean, it's dead simple when you're on easy like this. So for those of you who think this is pretty boring, don't worry, it's going to get complicated, it's going to get exciting. I'm probably going to blow something up. So we'll stick our head out, look out, make sure that everyone's doing the right thing. Yep, we're pulling up. Okay, perfect. So now that I've pulled up and come to a complete stop, I think we push this button just here and the doors will open, and now passengers will start getting on and off the train. Now at some point I should get a little pop-up that tells me, here we go, so this is how the passenger boarding is going, or something like that, or whatever, and it just tells me the button to push. I've already pushed that, so I'm ahead of time. So we've got to let this go right to the end, I believe, to give them enough time to do whatever it is they do. I mean, clearly looking at it, everybody's done, but here comes another crazy person running late. Okay, great work, passenger boarding is complete. When passenger boarding is complete, the progress bar finishes and the doors automatically close. That's easy. Don't move it while it's happening, whatever. Now we need to go up to the reverse point. So I've got to go up to the reverse point. So I've got to go forward. Whoops, let's go back to the cockpit. So my door should now be closed. Let's just... Are they closed? Yeah, they look closed, whatever. So now I have to go forward. So you can see up ahead I have my reverse point. So I'm going to full throttle bang this thing up. Going, 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 come on. Working it. And basically once I get to that point, I believe I have to stop, then I have to back up back to the platform, and then stop again. So it's not designed to be particularly challenging. I mean, this is for people who have never driven a train before. So there's my reverse point. I'm coming up on it quite quickly. I don't want to get to the track end. That is clearly bad. This is how many miles I have until I get to where I'm going, just to give me an idea. So I'm going to start braking. Kind of limp myself forward to it. I'm pretty sure they said once I pass that point, I can start to back up. I'm sure that's what they said. They've got to have said something like that. Anyway, slowing down nicely, nice smooth stopping. Okay, driven far enough, bring your locomotive to a stop. Bam, 100% brakes. And we stopped. So now I have to click this thingy. Now we're in backwards. Now I crank this back up, and if everything goes well, we're moving that way. Better pull my head in before I hit it on that signpost. Passenger camera, hey, look at this. He's like, hey, didn't we just leave that station? I'm sure we just left that station. So back to myself. Now you can see here we're coming backwards towards the test track platform. Again, I mean, this is I'm sure this is like a diesel electric-y sort of train thing. So because this is a diesel electric-y sort of train thing, it's got no concerns. What's this say? We've got some kind of warning thingy. I don't know what that warning thingy means. Clearly, warning thingies are not good. I haven't seen that symbol, so I do not know what that symbol means. Nope, not the faintest clue. Oh, symbol's gone. I was probably speeding like crazy. This is a really long station, so I got it easy. Full stop, please. No, full stop, please. Come on, don't miss. Don't think I'm gonna fail. That door was meant to be on the track there. Whatever, people didn't really want to get in the front carriage anyway. So now I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. Hopefully it will give me some form of advice. Okay, excellent, you've now completed the first tutorial. I can now do simple things. Well, simple things are boring. So let's now go to expert controls. Now I'm not planning on doing a whole lot of stuff on expert control mode. not on this anyway, because I like steam trains. Steam trains rock. So what I'm planning on doing, assuming this all goes well, is I'm planning on doing, I guess, just a really quick sort of spin up of this thing to show you guys a little bit about it, and then once I've done a little bit of, complicated diesels, I'll jump over to steam trains and I'll just show you how complicated it can get, and I'll see just how badly I mess things up. Because there's like expert controls, but then you've got an automatic fireman, and your fireman, because it's like a two-person steam train. Okay, 3 main levers. Red is throttle. Okay, that was easy. Okay, blue is reverser. In the middle, you're in neutral. Push it forward, you go forward. Pull it back, you go back. That's easy. Brake lever goes from 0 to 100. Currently the brakes are fully applied. Okay. So let's begin. Set the reverser to 100, so the train will move forward. Set the throttle to 40, so you're generating some power. Then release the brake lever. Sounds easy. Brakes off. Now I don't know what a good amperage is. Now we're moving, you can apply more power. Be sure not to exceed the line speed. 90. I doubt that I'm going to exceed 90 miles an hour here. Something must have been going on then, because it kept dropping my throttle back. We're getting 1200 amps at the moment. I wonder. Oh, look at that, nearly 2000 amps. So you can see the currents dropping down as they go faster, which is kind of how these things work. And normally, diesel should be like amp limited. So you'll have a limit to how many amps they can produce. Oop. Okay, so up ahead we've got a red signal, which means we have to stop. So back that right back off. What just happened? Okay, the signal ahead is red. Decrease the throttle and increase the brake to come to a stop in the red-orange area. Okay, so graduated self-lap. Yeah, sounds good to me. Again, you got the... Oh, look at that. This is a flashy looking diesel. None of these crap diesels. What? Before many signals or automatic warning system ran, please require interaction from the driver. If the signal ahead is not clear, press the alerter button Q to register and acknowledge the signal. Where's my Q? Maybe. I have no idea what that even means. Pop the brakes off. Don't want to stop before I get there. I think that's going to be the automatic thingy. Maybe this is going to be the bit that lights up. Like I said, this is all new to me. Oh, there we go, look at that. Q. Acknowledged. That was easy. So you can see with this one, it's not just you kind of crank the throttle up, and whatever you crank the throttle to is the kind of speed that it goes at. You've got a whole lot more complicated stuff you have to configure about setting, your speed of how fast you're telling it to go forward, how many amps you're using. Put the graduated self-lap on. That sounds so cool. Dropping the speed down. Release the brakes. Again, I want to try and stop the whole train inside the orange area. Then we're in, brakes on. Bam, put those brakes on. I don't actually know what the plan is here. I'm wondering if I have just like a time thing that I have to just wait a certain amount of time and then something will happen. Oh, there we go, absolutely. You have successfully stopped. Yeah. So go to outside view. Outside view. Okay, done. Not entirely sure what I was supposed to do there. I don't want to fail the tutorial, but this is taking longer than I was hoping for. So, what are you? 2D map. Oh, nice. The signal is about to change to red. Use everything you've learned so far to drive to Railway Station where you have stopped and allow passengers to board to complete the tutorial. Easy. Easy. Where's my 2D map? Where's Radley? Whoa, that didn't work. Oh, green light. Brakes off. No, we don't want too much throttle. Let's start off slow. And once we start moving, we'll up the amperage. Yeah, we seem to have graduations where it can only do 20% at a time. That's not a big deal to me. Yeah. I'd like to know what that station is I'm supposed to be going though. Oops. That was not what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I have just no clue. Well, maybe this is it. Got to be at Radley at 15:30, and it's 3.2 miles away. Does that mean the speed limit's 25? I hope that's not what that sign means. Nah, it couldn't be. That says 90. Maybe. Nah. That'd be just crazy. Let's get there. Let's get there in a hurry too. Let's see how quick this thing can go. Oh, okay, that doesn't sound good. Got to acknowledge something. Yep, I'm acknowledging that there's a green light. Is that an orange light? This is not filling me with confidence now. What did I just acknowledge? Whatever. What bad can possibly happen? There's a signal up ahead. Let's just keep ourselves cruising. If anyone sees a red light, yell at YouTube. I'm squinting, I'm looking, I'm seeing nothing. No, this tells me. I don't even know where I am. Yeah, that map's not that good. In the event that this traffic light is red, we need to do something significant. I don't even know where I am though, that's the problem. Yeah, I have no idea where I am. Oh, that's clearly not good. What just happened? Okay, just applied the emergency brakes for me, I think. Get off. No. What did I do? No. Get off. Stop it. I think what just happened is I didn't acknowledge that quickly enough. So because oh wait, I've lost power. Something serious just happened. Did we break something? I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe I didn't correctly release the brakes. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe this is going to help. Ah, there we go, look at that. Apparently, when the brake level went back to 0, it didn't release them. So that'd be some kind of my bad. That's fast. Okay, this time paying attention, acknowledging what's happening, and full throttle. Nearly 2,000 amps. Where's my ammeter? I'm sure every diesel has an ammeter. Maybe that's my ammeter. Oh yeah, amps, okay. So as long as we're less than 2,000, we're okay. That's easy. Okay, come on. Full power, steaming ahead. How far have we got left? 1.7 miles to Ratley. Distance to destination, that's going to be easy. Now, when this pops up, as soon as it pops up, bam, I hit the Q key. I'm going to acknowledge the heck out of it. I just back the throttle off just a touch now. I don't really want to keep getting too much faster. There's Radley. Come on. Gonna get there. I'm sure that means I'm doing 50 miles an hour. Which is, I mean, it's not super fast. But I mean, we're definitely making some good time. Okay, so I'm going to start cutting the throttle. Just putting a tiny little bit of brake on. Up, see? It binged me. Why did it bing me but not stop me? Okay. I mean, we are slowing. Clearly we're not slowing quickly enough. My aim is to try and bring myself down to about 20 miles an hour. And then I'll just kind of adjust the brakes to bring us in gradually. Now, if I knew how this thing drove and had actually played with it a bit more, I might actually have been able to get the brakes to the point where I put them on at exactly the right moment at 100%, and, you know, race car like just go and then stop. I mean, this is it's a reasonable sized train I'm driving, so it's not like driving a race car where you just kind of touch the brakes and you go, whoop, okay, I stopped too quickly, next time I know to stop a bit slower. And stopping in this thing takes some practice, takes some run up. Slowing myself down. Slow myself down more. I just have this feeling I'm going to massively undershoot it if I stop too quickly. So I mean, diesels are designed to be easier to drive. Even on expert mode, this is pretty simple. I mean, I'm just kind of wiggling the brakes up, wiggling the brakes down. I'll release the brakes now and just kind of coast into the station and hopefully have enough momentum to keep going. Stick my head out the window. Yeah, you know, looking good, looking good. Yeah, definitely looking good. Really not as far up on the station as I was hoping for. I think I've got to try and get all of these ones on the green, so 14 seems to be the least I can possibly use. So zoomed in a little bit, means we must be getting close. Come on, gotta get that last one in. Look at that, what a beautiful stop. Bit more brake. There we go. Hit the button. All aboard! I've always wanted to be a train driver and say that. I don't think that's a very modern train drivey sort of thing. It's more of a steamy sort of train driving thing. I guess for you guys who might be interested in this game as well, it's known as Railworks 3 Train Simulator 2012. Like I said, it's the version that was released in 2011, so it runs pretty well on most graphics hardware. I mean, I'm running this in 1280 by 720, basically so that it records well for YouTube, but I've got this at like max settings, and I mean, I wouldn't call my graphics card super fantastic. But yeah, it's cool. So now the next one, this is where things are going to get important, but first of all, I'm going to go options, turn off automatic fireman, and I'm going to go let's go nuts. Now I've completed this one with the automatic fireman on, so this time I'm going to do it with the automatic fireman off, and hopefully not fail too epically. But for this one, I mean, you've got a heap of different keys. You've got a, what do I have to do? You've got to control the injectors, control the damper, control the blower, control the coal management, control the injectors. You've got to work with the cutoff, the reverser, sorry, the cutoff, which is also called the reverser sometimes. Yeah, you've got heaps of different stuff. So, you know, I am game paused. Yeah. Let's go here. So the blue button is the reverser. To overcome inertia, we want that at full. So let's crank that all the way up to full. Now the other way we could do that, black lever is the brake. We'll turn the brakes off. Now basically once the brake symbol has gone up, this will basically recharge, and once that's about full, see, that's fireman driver toggle. So if I click that button, it takes me to the controls for the fireman and the controls for the driver. So I've got to watch these things and like watch the fuel level and watch all these other different things, and then I go back to the driver and I've got to worry about that. So I've got my brakes off now. So you put the brakes on a setting called running, which just applies a little bit of brake but is cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to crank this up a little bit. This is we'll jump back in. Basically that big red lever is your throttle, so you can use it manually and crank it like that. What you want to do is you want to start off with just a little bit of that until your train gets moving and you kind of pull up all the slack, and then once that happens you kind of want to increase this one and then you want to decrease this one, because as this one goes down you use less steam. That's your cutoff. About 25 is the mark you want to aim for. So then you drive it as hard as you can with your throttle, with that as low as you can, to basically minimize your steam usage. So we'll check our driver settings. Got to make sure we've got a good amount of water, and somewhere we're meant to have like a water gauge that we can see, but whatever. Yeah, we're meant to have a water gauge we can see. So here we've got fire mass of 7.2 tons. We're doing okay with that. If we look down here, which one are you? You're the blower, you're the damper. Okay, so we want the blower to be on 0. We don't need the blower, and then we just want a little bit of damper. And you can see this is how much steam we're producing, and this is how much we're using. So you want to keep your producing always above your using, and then we'll back that right off. Yeah, whatever, who cares? None of that stuff matters. All that matters is I don't speed, and I adjust all these other knobs to keep things just right. So what you could also do if you wanted is spin that thing, because that's this one, and you spin it left, lower it, spin it right to speed it up. I think this one maybe are the brakes. You know, you've got heaps of different options, so we are clearly going quite quickly now. So we want to slow that down, check our different levels and things. Okay, so here we have a hill. So as we start to go up the hill, we've got to make sure we always keep the steam generation above the steam use, and we kind of maintain our speed. So you can see our speed's already dropped off quite substantially. So really got to crank that up now to try and hold the same speed we've got. Like I said, we could put this right up and then we would really accelerate quickly, but then that would use up all our steam. As it is, we're already using a little bit more steam than we're making. Everything else is not too bad though, I think. I really don't know how to measure these different numbers. I just know that if you've got anything above about half is good. Making that huge sound like we're bleeding off heaps of steam. Steam usage. So that kind of jumps up. So maybe we get too much steam and then it has to bleed some off. Maybe that's it there. What are you? Okay, we need a little bit more. A little bit more throttle so we don't stop. Actually, let's just bang it up to 100%. So what's that? Okay, the fire mass is dropping down, so we're going to have to tell you to work a little bit harder. Got to keep that fire mass up. Something should be temperature. 220 psi. Now we don't want to take that too high. Because if we take it too high or we get it too hot, bad things start to happen. What are you? Steam chest pressure, I don't even know what that means. Brake pipe pressure, water level, coal level. So we're really cranking it up here, and we're kind of not accelerating. So if I wanted to accelerate, I could put this up. And see the steam usage went up massively, but now... Whoop, actually. In fact, the steam usage went up so high that we actually started to lose speed. So it's a fine game about, you know, how you play with these different levers to get everything in just the right spot. Now we're about even, so that kind of should be holding us still. What's the fire mass doing? It's dropping off a little bit. Yep. Because, I mean, we're clearly burning quite a lot of coal here, so he needs to get his act together. So yeah, we're definitely burning faster than we're using. That's bad. Now we're about to enter into a tunnel, and I believe I have to shut this one, which is the fire at the bottom there when we go into the tunnel. So here we go, getting some pretty reasonable speed. Actually, I'm probably in the tunnel right now, which is probably bad, so let's close that. Yeah, there we go, now we're out of the tunnel and we open it back up. Yeah, I think that would actually kill you if you did that in real life. So it's obviously not as harsh as I thought it might be. So we'll stick your head out the window. At the other side, so yeah, coming up to what's marked as another tunnel. Yep, there we go, so there's the other tunnel. So now we have to really close the damper. Okay, so we're just about to enter the tunnel and head downhill. Watch out for the speed limit, so close the damper. Kind of leveled off and we're starting a slight decline now, so I can back this throttle right back down. And now let's head back and have a look how things are going. I'm going to give myself just a little bit of blower. I don't know if that's necessary. I don't even know what that actually does. But watching all these things, how are we doing here? What are you? You're 0.7. That's the boiler level, okay. So that's, I think, how much water we've got or something like that. That's probably pretty important to maintain that. What are we doing here? We've got 220 psi-ish, 956, so you're not shoveling fast enough. Shovel faster. Maybe he can't shovel at all because I've got the damper shut. That would make sense because I basically closed it so that you can't see the fire at all. Now let's cut the regulator back to 0. I'm going to apply a bit of brakes. Gonna have to apply a lot of brakes, I think, because we're not actually slowing. Now the pressure in the brake should change, and then we go to lap. And now we should just actually we're slowing quite quickly here, probably even more quickly than I want to. Open you back up. How are we doing for the water level? That's okay. So once we get to here, that means we slow to a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. So I'm going to release the brakes. Kind of see if we can coast ourselves in a little bit without stopping altogether. Back to driver. I'm feeling good about this now. I'm kind of just coasting in. Station should be somewhere up ahead. It's pretty complicated. I mean, like, I've been just randomly clicking a lot of buttons, but how are we doing here? Or here? fire mass is quite low. That can't be good. Ah, okay. So now that I open the firebox, ha! There we go, now it's heading back up. See, there's all these different things, so... Yeah, clearly that's the thing that I was meant to close when I was in the tunnel, the firebox doors. How could I get that confused? So, somewhere up ahead... Oh yeah, and that's my train. It's looking pretty trainy. You can see we're puffing some good smoke there. What's our fire mass doing? I'm supposed to keep this about 1,000, I think. So let's start to apply some brakes. So should be able to, there we go. Should be able to see the station. So lap the brakes now. It's going to be much the same as the other thing. I want to try and get all the green carriages actually lined up with being on the track. So we'll pop the brakes off there. Up to over 1,000 now, so we'll drop that right back down, see what happens. Need to give it just a bit more of a shunt. Just going to line things up a little. So these ones are a bit more complicated. You've got to apply them, and then once they give you a brake pressure that you like a stopping rate that you like, then you drop them back to lapped, and then they kind of keep working. So that looks to me like I am totally on the station. So let's just do a quick check. Yeah, that definitely looks good. So let's... where did that button go? Oh, there we go. Driver. All aboard. I can say that now because I'm on a train. Where's that button? All aboard. Oh yeah, look at that. We're a train. How are we doing here? 1013, that's pretty good, got that right. How's our water level going? 0.64. That sounds absolutely perfect. I have no idea what perfect is. 220, about 1,000. We are epic. Well done, we have managed to stop. I've completed the tutorial. So, that's how it kind of works when you accidentally start the mission again. But that's how things kind of work in the Railsoft Train Simulator 3/2012. So let me know if you guys like this. If you do, there's a bunch more missions you can do where you can actually do the same kind of thing, and you have to pick people up, and you do complicated passenger kind of stuff. You can set up different scenarios, you can do different scenarios. Like I said, there's heaps of different steam trains I can pick. I don't know what any of them are, but you can see there's a historic freight train mission here, delivery day, the pigeon special. We can go to the meat market. So there's lots of difficulties, there's lots of missions. I don't think I'll be doing any of the hour-long ones. I think that's just a bit too long. But yeah, let me know if you'd like to see more. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for Thursday when I'm going to do another episode of Euro Truckers 2. Astocky out.